Every DIYer has a dirty little secret, someplace in their house they never want anyone to see. For me, it's my garage. It's a hot mess, so let's fix it. Currently, I'm using my back porch as my makeshift workshop space, but my goal is to turn the garage into my workshop and then make the porch a fun lounge spot instead. But there is one big problem with the garage that's been making me avoid it. It's extremely hot. I live in Texas where you need air conditioning 10 months out of the year, and the garage is routinely over 100 degrees inside in the summer. I can't walk in without sweating, and it also means I can't store anything in here that's heat sensitive, like paint and chemicals, which means I'm storing them in my house and even under my stairs. Not ideal. So instead of waiting to insulate the garage first, we're going a little out of order and starting by installing a mini split for air conditioning. And then I can add insulation and walls and organize this messy space without getting heat stroke in the process. But first, we need to repair the old cedar siding. At some point, there was a termite infestation, and you can see that many of these boards are crumbling away, leaving big gaps in the walls for conditioned air to escape. Not to mention letting creatures in. They're also warping away from the studs in some parts, and it's just not a good look. So let's fix it. We started by ripping off the rotten trim, which was easier said than done in some parts. Whoever built this garage must have also built the old kitchen cabinets because they have a penchant for using lots of giant nails that are unnecessarily long and a total pain to remove. Thankfully, all the termite bitten siding popped off pretty easily, but that also exposed that some of the studs at the bottom had been nibbled away. So we ended up sistering on new 2x4s to give us something secure to screw into. To the ghost of whoever built this garage, I wish I could introduce you to trim screws. They would have changed your life. From there, we could add on the new siding. The only problem with it is that it just looks so much nicer than the old trim boards. Last, we forced these warped trim boards back into place with some new trim screws to close up these big gaps. This spot on the back wall is extra important to close up because it's where we plan to install the mini split. And here's a reminder of the garage before and after siding repair. You can really see the difference from inside when you look at the light peeking in before and after the new siding. Still a little bit of sunshine, but nothing a little insulation can't fix later on, which means we're now ready for the main event, the mini split. For this project, I chose the Sinful Mini Split Air Conditioner Aura series. It's a heat pump system, which means it's very energy efficient. It even has a 21 SEER2 Energy Star rating, which means that I can save up to 50% on annual energy costs. I also chose a 24,000 BTU model, which covers 1150 to 1350 square feet, which is perfect for large rooms and open spaces and powerful enough to provide even airflow throughout the space. It's also technically way more than I needed for my 480 square foot garage, but given that it currently has no insulation to help it out and open rafters, I wanted to go with a more powerful model that could manage the space easily. Also, props on this packaging, all the boxes came pristine, and I love that the box for the outdoor unit can just be lifted off. That's always a bonus when unpacking a heavy piece of equipment. And y'all know I love to DIY as much as I can, and I wanted to be really specific with the placement of both the indoor and outdoor units, so I decided to install the indoor unit myself. Fortunately, the mini split comes with a full 16-foot installation kit and detailed instructions that were easy to follow, which made this easy to DIY. The mini split does come with pre-charged refrigerant, but just be aware that the outdoor unit does require professional installation to make those final connections and perform a power on test. And personally, I prefer that for the peace of mind knowing that everything is done right. I also chatted with my HVAC guy first, and he advised me to move all the lines to be external of the indoor unit so that all the connections can be made on the outside of the garage for easier maintenance down the line. And I'll show you what that looks like once we get to the install, but it was really simple to move the lines on the indoor unit, and it even has these plastic knockouts on the sides so that you can have the lines exit out the sides as well, just depending on your configuration. Then I wrapped my lines together with the provided insulation tape according to the instructions, and it was time to get to install. I removed the mounting bracket from the back of the indoor unit and then tackled the actually difficult part of this installation, making space in this hot mess garage to work in. Thankfully, this was a good excuse for me to find and pull out my Halloween decorations. Unthankfully, there was a nest of roaches living underneath it.
Oh, there's more.
What happens when giant holes in your siding?
Oh, more roaches.
Yeah. This garage makeover cannot come soon enough. We chose to center the Sinful Aura on this back section of wall. Now, usually you wouldn't want to place it near a doorway, but I always keep this door locked and may even end up removing it down the line for more wall space. Install like halfway on this wall. That's where we positioned it. So like right here.
Where's your mounting bracket gonna go? Your mounting bracket is supposed to be flush.
With the wall, which we haven't put on yet, so it's going to go in studs, as all mounting brackets do. These are just the studs that you would see in a wall. So we'll just attach it as is now. When I add walls later, remove it, put it back right in place, and How about that? Good?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it then.
I'm sweating already.
Me too. It's gross in here.
This is terrible. You need this thing like last year. Ugh, that's why I hate going into your garage.
This also allowed us to check the outdoor unit behind the garage so that it's a little more hidden from view. The mounting bracket thankfully came with a variety of different screw holes because these garage studs are definitely not uniformly 16 inches center on center. Let's do a little higher maybe.
Well, my only worry is this beam right here. When we're putting it on, it's going to hit the beam.
Okay, so a little lower.
Yeah.
And I was very impressed with the quality of the Phillips head screws. And this is something you'll only nerd out about once you've installed one too many things that come with screws that strip. If you know, you know. These are good screws.
Good. They need to be.
Yeah. Easy. Cool. From there, I followed the instructions to determine the correct hole placement and size for my model's lines, and I used a 3.5-inch hole saw angled downward as I drilled. And that downward angle allows the lines a smoother bend down toward the outdoor unit. I popped the included flange on, and then it was time for the main event, installing the indoor unit. Thankfully, you just have to hook it on top of the bracket and then pop the bottom in place, making sure your lines are feeding through the hole without getting pinched.
Okay.
Good? Secure?
All good?
Good. Nice. Simple enough. And voila, indoor installation complete. Isn't it pretty? Honestly, it's almost too pretty for the garage in its current state, but we'll get there one day. It does make me so excited for what the workshop will look like eventually. And here's what it looks like with the lines on the outside of the garage. This made it super easy for my HVAC installers when they came to make all the final connections that hook up the indoor and outdoor units. I also let them take care of making the electrical connections. I'm happy to switch out a ceiling light or an outlet, but I prefer to leave this kind of wiring to the professionals. And I'm sure my home insurance provider does too. Then it was time for the moment of truth. The power on test. And I have to say that as a tech nerd, one of my favorite things about this mini split is that you can operate it with the included remote, or you can control and monitor it from the Alexa app, which is my preference. And Alexa, turn on mini split. Okay. It works. Cool air. A garage workshop miracle. Because here's a reminder of what this garage felt like before the mini split, routinely over 100 degrees during the summer, and here's what it feels like inside now. This is truly a game changer for me. It also has multiple modes, so I can use it throughout the year as a fan, a dehumidifier, love this, especially on rainy days, and a heater. It can even efficiently heat at negative 30 degrees Celsius or negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Thankfully, Texas doesn't get that cold, but we now have several below freezing days every winter. So this will keep me and all my tools and materials at a comfortable temperature. Cinval Aura also has built-in diagnostics and leak detection, which help maintain peak efficiency, and also send alerts to me via the app when issues come up for easier maintenance. Plus, the mini split comes with a 10-year compressor warranty and 5-year parts warranty with North American support, which gives me a lot of peace of mind. From the app, I can also set schedules, adjust the temperature, and switch modes remotely.
Alexa, turn the mini split from fan to cooling.
So that I can prep my workshop to be comfy before I head out and get to work. Also, wait, do you hear that? Probably not, because it has ultra quiet operation. That makes it easy for me to chat with you about projects without background noises.
How much scrap wood is too much?
And also work without a distracting little buzz in my ear. I mean, can you tell I'm super happy? For once, the space is finally feeling like a functional garage. Now it's ready to add insulation, walls, and storage upgrades. Give me all the tool organization, please. I'm tired of this. And this. And this. So what do you think? Are you interested in the Cinval Aura mini split? Check the link in the description and pinned comment for more info.